Before I get started, this video is going to contain important story spoilers, so if you haven't finished the game yet, you should stop watching now. If you did finish it, don't worry about this warning. Out of the 26 new Mega Evolutions in the base game of Legends EA, which one got a better stat spread than their regular form? I'll be answering this question today by ranking all Megas based on how good their stats are. Now, this isn't too much of a competitive lens speculation, because if I fully dedicated my ranking to that, this video would be irrelevant when we inevitably get all that information in Champions. I think that's enough yapping for the intro, so allow me to get started with the bottom tier. Coming in dead last as a Mega Pokemon with the worst distributed stats is Mega Pyroar. As a base Pokemon, Pyroar isn't the special attacker you have in mind when you think of a fire type. You'd expect Big Pikachu to compensate for its pretty low 109 special attack stat with the Mega, but nah. 20 added points seems like it was too much for Pyroar. Even worse, they wasted 20 points on its physical attack. I don't know why they're targeting Pyroar that much. Pyroar isn't even a mixed attacker, because you have way better move options with special attacks. It was also designed as a special attacker. Plus, what are you going to do with 88 physical attack? That's a waste. I think it's fine that they increased the other stats, since that's reasonable, but they should have only increased its special attack. A 149 special attack stat is perfectly fine for Pyroar, but since we didn't get that, Pyroar unfortunately takes the title for the worst Mega. Number 25 is Mega Malamar. Again, it suffers the same thing as Mega Pyroar. There wasn't any need for them to add a higher stat increase to its special attack because Malamar is designed as a physical attacker, therefore having better move options for that stat. The only good choice made for this Mega is that they added 45 extra points to its special defense, which is why it's not at the bottom. Number 24 is Mega Dragonite. I have a lot of mixed feelings about this, and no, pun not intended. With this Mega Evolution, they fully set on making Dragonite a mixed attacker. It wasn't any weak attempt like the previous two because they redefined its stats. Dragonite's 134 attack was reduced to 124, and its special attack increased from 100 to 145. These decisions are weird mainly because you want to run Dragonite as a physical attacker, but there are good options on the special side. It'll just be very strange to run a mix of physical and special attacks if you decide to go with this Mega instead of using tried and true sets like Choice Band. Mega Dragonite shouldn't have gone through this route, and since it's a weird one as a result, it takes the number 24 spot. Number 23 is Mega Victreebel. They increased its stats pretty well, since its base form has very similar numbers for its offensive stats. Even though it is a good mixed attacker in theory, its base stats are just super weird for the Pokemon Victreebel is supposed to be. This Mega Evolution is an example of a Mega that's got to be saved by its ability in order to make use of its good stat spread. Number 22 is Mega Clefable. Again, just as Victreebel, they didn't waste a substantial amount of stat points. Since we're dealing with a Gen 1 Pokemon though, Clefable wasn't doing much to begin with. Good stat distribution, but the base stats from its regular form lead to a mediocre spread once they're raised with the Mega Evolution. Taking the 21st place is Mega Starmie. They completely shifted its offensive role just as Dragonite, and it's equally as weird, but the reason why I put it higher is that Starmie had no sets it was previously known for. This thing is getting something like huge power because it got more than 100 distributed points, and if it gets very good physical moves, this will be a great Gen 1 Mega Evolution. To cap out the 20s, number 20 is Mega Electros. Both its offensive stats were increased by 30, and because you can swing either way because of its base stats, it's a good buff for either playstyle you'd want to use. However, my only issue is that it needed more bulk. If they made an equal balance of 135 for each offensive stat and invested 10 points into defense, it would be a Mega with a good roll. The 19th spot is Mega Scrafty. Honestly, a super good Mega. It's become better at offense and excels at withstanding hits now, as long as they're not super effective. But regular Scrafty's main issue carries over here too. It's just pretty slow for a Mega that would want to hit quicker than most Pokemon and withstand hits to attack again the next turn. You will at least get a hit down, but you're not going to be on the field longer than a turn. This thing needed better speed for its base form. Number 18 is Mega Scolipede. At a glance, this Mega Evolution is a tank. It'll take hits well and hit equally as well. Take a closer look though, and you'll see it basically loses all its speed, going from a 112 to a 62. Yes, I know that's because it gains heavy Whirlipede looking armor, so I'm perfectly fine with that reason. However, its role shifts immensely. Scolipede thrives with speed boosts, but with this new speed stat, all your speed boosts won't be enough for it to go first if you decide to mega. You can build it to be more bulky, but you just can't use speed boost for the base ability anymore. If the mega ability more than compensates for the shift, this is a high tier mega, but solely looking at its stats, it's very awkward. Number 17 is Mega Meganium. I'm going to stray away from stat talk for this one. This stat distribution is super, but Meganium was barely doing anything to begin with. Just look at its move pool. Good luck having offensive pressure with this one. Number 16 is Mega Skarmory. When Mega evolved, Skarmory loses 30 points in its physical defense to be invested in its special defense. I really like that it's balanced out with this change though. Skarmory wasn't doing too much to begin with as an offensive Pokemon, and now it actually can. Overall, it's a good Mega evolution as a midpoint for this tier list. The following Megas will get better as we go on from here. 15th place is Mega Feraligatr. They really invested into its physical attack and defense, which is great for a Mega like this where it gains the Dragon typing. It did gain 10 points in its special attack, which isn't too bad, but they should have been used for its speed instead. This Mega will hit like a truck and also withstand physical moves pretty well, but it's going to struggle to hit first due to the speed stat staying the same. To end the Mega Starter ranking, Mega Emboar takes the 14th spot. Just like Feraligatr, this thing has become super bulky. Its attack stat isn't as high, but the reason it beats Feraligatr, in my opinion, is that the special defense stat nicely complements its HP. Feraligatr is awkward in using its defense effectively with its 85 HP. 13th is Mega Froslass. Looking at its stat spread, it wasted nothing. They focus on its special attack, bulk, and speed. Froslass is a mixed attacker, so focusing on one offensive stat for the Mega would be the best path to take, which is what happened here. It's a great glass cannon that won't underestimate in dealing damage. 12th is Mega Barbaracle. It's bulkier than before and hits great for a rock type. The speed is not so good, but I know it'll survive long enough in a game to deal significant damage if positioned correctly. So, this is why it's in this spot. The next Mega isn't good enough for the top 10, but it's a deserving pick for 11th place. Mega Hawlucha is all around a deserving improvement for Hawlucha. Before, Hawlucha could be considered a glass cannon because of its mediocre bulk. It didn't make sense to me because it's a luchador, which if you know anything about lucha libre, requires good resistance. Here, they actually did what I envisioned. It'll withstand hits better now and deal way more damage with the attack buff when running Flying Press. This is where we get into the top 10. The following Megas are noticeable improvements to already solid Pokemon, or major buffs to Pokemon with issues to stand for themselves. 10th place is Mega Phalanx. When compared to its base form, it's fast, physically bulky, and a better damage dealer. However, a couple reasons why it's at the bottom of the top 10 are that its special defense increase is super negligible and it stays as a fighting type. When up against any special attacker, especially types it's weak to, Mega Phalanx is getting sniped. It's not a good Mega choice in theory because its greatest weakness is further exploited, even though its added stat points are distributed well. 9th is Mega Delphox. Just from stats alone, it's the weaker Mega from the Kalos starter trio. The upgrade here is that the glass cannon aspect got promoted. Now, it did get specially bulky, but I wouldn't consider it a behemoth just for that. It's not a bad Mega at all, it's really good. Mega Delphox has the stats for the playstyle it fits, when before this Mega evolution it didn't meet up to the other Pokemon you frequently see. 8th is Mega Greninja. When I think of a mixed glass cannon, Mega Greninja fits it perfectly. Since Ash Greninja is my favorite Pokemon of all time, I'm really happy its Mega evolution looks strikingly similar to it when turned upside down. Mega Greninja is scarily quick and that is enhanced with both its offensive options being increased. Greninja is more of a special attacker, but if you know its history, it's actually a good mixed attacker. Now, you don't have to think hard about which route to take. I know this whole tier list is made from looking at stats alone, but I can't ignore the specific aspect with Mega Greninja. When Mega evolved, Water Shuriken turns into a single hit behemoth of a move. This also influenced my decision to put it up to 8th. I see this Pokemon as a go-to choice for any Hyper Offense team that needs a water type. Good job, Greninja. 7th is Mega Chestnut. I only have one word for it. Tank. There's no more to be said. 6th was a pretty hard choice for me. Looking at what's left, there are incredible Mega Evolutions. This one took a little thinking to make sense. I ultimately decided on Mega Chandelure. Mega Chandelure is going to annihilate anything that doesn't resist its moves and will withstand attacks decently well. However, its still low speed stat means it's got a timer on its head before it eventually gets taken out. It's not slow enough to take advantage of Trick Room either, which is why this Mega is a good choice for a mid-game or closer Pokemon. 5th is going to be Mega Excadrill. This Mega Evolution is a literal definition of being hit by a truck. It'll really hurt to get any damage from this thing. The other increases in its stats, mainly its physical defense and speed, basically mean you just can't ignore this Mega or else you're just getting deleted. 4th is the grandpa of the new Mega Evolutions, Mega Drampa. If you like Trick Room and great natural damage, Mega Drampa is the best pick, and I would even say you'd be selling if you don't manage to fit it into your team. Just look at it. A whopping 160 special attack for Pokemon for this playstyle makes me super hyped to get my hands on it outside of Legends ZA. I'm not lying when I say this. Mega Drampa is the best redemption any Pokemon has ever gotten. People take Drampa as a joke, but just like in real life, a grandpa will greatly surprise you at some point. I love Mega Drampa. It's my favorite design of the normal Pokemon that got a Mega Evolution. This next Mega Evolution is the best basic, non-legendary, non-mythical, new Mega Evolution. It's no surprise that Mega Dragalge takes 3rd place without a contest. The situation you'd use it in is the same as Mega Drampa. Not only is it slow enough to become a menace on your Trick Room, it's got an abomination of special defense. Any stall set with Trick Room will definitely need Mega Dragalge. Just like the Pokedex entry says, you will be getting hit with cancer against Mega Dragalge. We're finally at the top 2 best Mega Evolutions. I'm just gonna get into it. 2nd place is Mega Eternal Floette. 155 special attack, 148 special defense, and enough speed to just become a menace under Tailwind. Eternal Floette is already a great Pokemon. Now, with the Mega Evolution, it's the best one to use right off the bat. I did some testing on Showdown, and you will be dealing game-changing damage against any Pokemon, even resisted hits. Actually, resisted hits don't even matter to Mega Floette. After a Calm Mind, Light of Ruin will ruin your opponent. As soon as it's legal to the main competitive format, teams are going to be made around Mega Floette for sure. We waited this long to use Eternal Floette, and I'm glad the game we got it in actually made the wait worth it. We got a fire story, an extra form, and partners that are going to bring out its full potential. You deserve all the praise for this one, Game Freak. You've reached the end of the list. There's no competition for the last new Mega Evolution in the game. Without further ado, the best new Mega Evolution is Mega Zygarde. I'm going to use a clip right now to save me a whole bunch of words. Look at its offensive capabilities. 216 special attack, 216 HP. It doesn't matter what resists its attacks because nothing stands in its way. Not even fairy types. Yes, its new signature move, Nihil Light, hits fairy types and bypasses stat changes. Oh, and if that wasn't enough, Nihil Light's base power is 200. There's no drawback for this move once you have Mega Zygarde. People have been doing the calculations, and you don't even need to max out Zygarde's special attack stat. You can completely focus on your defenses and speed after ensuring you have the minimum to secure KOs and consistently get to complete form in order to Mega Evolve. Zygarde's playstyle completely shifts thanks to this Mega Evolution. It's now a special attacker instead of a physical attacker, and honestly, I'm fully satisfied with the choice they did here. I have a video that talks about how Zygarde is the most forgotten legendary Pokemon. I'm happy to say that with this new change, it's no longer forgotten. Anyway, Mega Zygarde loses a pretty big chunk of its bulk when Mega Evolved, which makes sense as most of its cells have transferred over to the huge nuclear cannon it has on its back. Still, with the many forms Zygarde has, this change isn't for the worse. If you manage to get Zygarde to complete form, then Mega Evolve, you're gonna handle this shift very well. I can go on and on with this Mega Evolution. Zygarde is my favorite legendary after all, so I can't wait to see it be a menace later down the road. And that's it. That is the list. I'd love to know your opinions down in the comments. Do you agree with me or would you make some changes? I'm not going to stretch out the video any further. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. I'll see you guys in the next one. So don't forget to save your game before closing.